Starting the live, there we go. So just give that a few minutes on the Facebook Live for people to get the messages. Good to say hello at this point to the people who are finding the recording a few days later, because you're the ones who get to see the beginning of the live recording. But we're just going to give it a few minutes for people to arrive on the Zoom call and on the Facebook Live. So now I've got that ready as well for comments. So do let us know when you're joining on the live feed there. I can see numbers starting to tick up of those who are arriving. So let us know either in the comments section or by sending up a bubble. Let us know where you're joining in from, and as well if this is kind of your first time joining, either on the comments section on Facebook or join in on the chat on the Zoom call there as well. And let us know where you're joining in from there. Let's start with hellos as people arrive. So a new link, or a kind of hopefully an easier link for the Zoom meeting on the mailing list. So hopefully that's been easy enough for people to find. It came in the newsletter a couple of days ago for those who are coming along on the Zoom call. So hello, those joining in from Southport, from Basildon, friends joining in from France, fantastic. Do let us know where you're joining in from. Got more and more people arriving on Facebook there. That's fantastic. From Milford Haven, Pembrokeshire, lovely. Sweltering Burnley, I think everywhere's sweltering at the moment. I haven't got it with me. I did have a plan that I need to have a towel in here just to kind of dab my head down every few minutes. It's been what I've needed throughout the day. I've now got the all of the windows open to let the breeze through, and it works now as we're getting into the evening. Earlier on in the day, if I was opening the windows, it was letting warmer air into the house. And amazingly, in this room here, which is where I keep all the drums, I kind of try and keep this room cool. And when I open the window and it's the 30-odd degree air coming on in, that's when I hear all the drums starting to creak because they're all tightening up with the heat. So, quickly close that window back up again, so that they don't kind of keep chatting to me and complaining about the heat as much as we are. So do join in on the chat as well on the Zoom call. As obviously kind of you've been muted throughout, so we don't get lots of interference with the noise. But do stay on there. Do stay on the chat there. Hello, fantastic, lovely to see everybody joining there. People joining Southport as well, from Edinburgh, from Bucks. That's excellent. That's excellent. And do let us know if it's your first time joining on. Everybody kind of joins in sharing, but I put up the post a few days before and send out the newsletter. And there are new people who are signing up to the newsletter all the time. And this link obviously goes to different groups. So if this is your first time joining on the live call, on the live Facebook session or on the Zoom session, do let us know as well. From Cape Ness, from Manchester. Fantastic to see everybody joining in here. From Jersey, lovely to see you. And from Aberdeenshire, excellent, great to see you there. I can do a wave there on the to Zoom because I can see that you see it. I can do a wave to you on Facebook as well. You're looking at the screen, you'll see it, and I'll just imagine you're waving back. You can send up. There isn't a wavy hand, but you can send up the thumbs or the one of the other bubbles to wave back. Or Dharma waving with the emoji there. Excellent. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on here again, and welcome everyone who's joining on these for the first time. We're going to have an evening where we'll just take a step out from our normal day just to ground and centre and connect with and through the rhythm of the drum. Just that little bit more into ourselves with the land and with the seasons and where we are on the wheel of the year. We're in the hot season, the hot kind of sweltering hot season, as many people have commented there. Just people joining in from Derby. Fantastic, Jackie joining in for the first time. From sunny Margate, lovely. In Bridlington as well there. Okay, great. Got some more people joining in on the Zoom call as well there. And so yes, we've got a few rounds of drumming and a song that connects in with the season. We will be doing one of the rounds as well. Hey there, Kerry in Aberdeen. Sunny Newcastle. Is there anywhere out there that's not sunny at the moment? We had some fantastic thunder and looked like hail. It wasn't hail. It was just really, really heavy rain. Looked like it was falling. You know, if you could see the kind of the size of the raindrops. That was quite awesome this morning. It was enough to give everything a good water. Hasn't quite done the full job of freshening the air. But is there anywhere in the country where, or anywhere beyond the country where people are joining in from on here where it's where you're also getting a little bit of rain at the moment? Aberdeen, cloudy but no rain, I'm told. Very hot in the south of France. Yeah, most places talking about the sunshine. It's doing that bit of ripening all of the fruits and turning all the rest of the grain in the fields in the parts of the country where that's still turning from green to golden. So excellent. Hello, welcome those. Oh, fantastic! Everyone's joining in now on the Zoom call. Great to see you there. Great to see you there. Overcast in Edinburgh. And quite hot in Sedgefield. Rain tonight, Michael. Whereabouts are you kind of seeing the rain tonight? Oh, there's Heidi. If people haven't been on here before, Heidi is regularly mentioned, doesn't often feature. Hello there in the evenings. But Heidi's my dog. If there's lots going on the street, she wants to join in with it. So she has a little bark. Now that the window's open, we can hear her barking a bit. Yes, Sam, blackberry season. Absolutely, absolutely. And where the blackberries are in my garden, all the roses have come back again for kind of a second burst of flower, which has been really, really lovely. I was trying to catch photos of the roses earlier on in the week. No, I guess it must be in the weekend now. And it was all of the blackberries just behind. They're not quite turned yet, but they are turning. Fantastic, those who it's joining for the first time. And Phoebe in San Francisco, super foggy. Is it foggy and warm there, or is it cooler there at the moment? We don't want rain. I think some parts of the land might disagree with you there. I think kind of some of the plants are feeling a little bit desperate for a bit of rain. Excellent. Really great to kind of hear people talking about their gardens, as it were, and their veg patches and the plants that they're seeing out ripening. Because, maybe more than ever this year, I think we've connected in a bit more with the land because, that's what we've had to engage with in terms of our outdoor time, less events and things like that, and so our wanderings and our trips out have been out and around on the land, and maybe we've been noticing a bit more this year, and the number of people who are now taking up kind of allotments and veg gardens and all the rest of it, we're all feeling that little bit more from the kind of discussions on here in sync with all that's going on. So fantastic. We've got a good group on the Zoom there. Hello, waves for everybody. Good to see you. Where are your drums? Go on, see them there. Fantastic, fantastic. So all of us who are joining in with our drums, all of those who are joining in with that beating of our hearts and connecting in on this circle, let's just start by opening the circle together and start with a bit of grounding. And if you are someone who likes to use smudge herbs and smudging incenses, ceremonial incenses at the start of something like this to help center, ground, help help you kind of, you know, with that transition between the normal everyday and coming into a sacred space that we're going to create here together. Do grab your incense now, or your sage now, or your whatever smudge herbs that you're working with now. But we will do just a little bit of a focus at the start, just so that we can center, just so that we can ground, especially at the moment with these online groups and these online sessions. You know, at most we've probably just come from one room to another. Some of you might have come home from a busy day and had to sort bits out at home, and then have just opened up the laptop, or if you're seeing on the phone screen. So let's just take that little bit of extra effort to help us center and ground and step into this space here for this evening. And so wherever you are, you can just take a moment just to focus on your breath, and just consciously take that breath that little bit deeper into yourself, taking that breath down just that little bit more into your belly. And actually physically push your belly out as you breathe in, just to really take that full deep breath if you can. And, you know, that deeper breath right down into the depths of yourself just is great for grounding. And just, yeah, connect with your breath and with the sensations of your breath. It's something we did on a call yesterday, of just feeling your skin. At the moment we're probably likely feeling very, very hot, feeling it kind of very, very muggy, but even the slightest bit of cool air, just feel that sensation of your skin. All of this just will help bring us out of our head and down into our bodies, so we can be really present here this evening. If visualizations work for you, take a moment just to visualize as you breathe. Visualize roots going out of your feet, going down into the earth, and just with your breath, just seeing them reaching that much deeper each time, going deep down through the soil and the stone, touching the underwater springs. And yeah, just really focus on that grounding at the start. And this is something you can return to, these, either the breathing or the visualizations, at any point you need to during this evening, and particularly if you need to nip off early. Just good to take a moment just to ground and center yourself if you need to before you shoot off. But I'll light this blend of incense here, these ceremonial herbs. I'm going to invite the plant spirits to join us and help us this evening. Help ground and center us, help us be really present and focused, and ask for their cleansing. May they help lift away any of the stresses from the day. Clear any of those thoughts that go round and round in our heads, any of those weights that we're feeling on our shoulders, any of the butterflies in the stomach, all around. And for everybody in the circle, and for all those joining on Zoom, for all of those joining on Facebook, and those who find the video after the event and join in, I'll just keep this continuing to burn in the back there, as we do on all of these sessions, just in dedication for everybody. So wherever you are, you can connect in with those prayers, with those herbs. So with all of those things, just helping us drop a little bit deeper into ourselves. And from that place, and from our hearts, let's just send out the call to the spirits of the land beneath us, and honour and acknowledge the spirits of the land, the spirits of this earth that holds us and heals us and guides us through life. to those gentle breezes, to the howl of neighbours' dogs, to the song, to the gentle breezes that blow, to the inspiration and creativity and ideas, to the waters that flow, those waters that have fallen in the rainstorms, those waters that bubble up through the earth, and all of those waters in the rivers and streams, to the waters in the sea, to our depths, and to that flow within us, and to those depths of our emotions and our feelings, and to the fire, in honour and acknowledgement of the great fire of the sun that's been shining so brightly and warmly on us, that's been shining on all of those crops and fruits that will go on to ripen and be harvested to feed us. So many who are talking about how hot it is will also send that gratitude to the sun for what it's doing, to its part it plays in feeding us. And to all of the spirits of the land, to all of those unseen, to all of those guides, spirit allies, those that work with us and work through us, let's call on to them to continue to be with us and to continue to guide us and support us. And to the ancestors, all of those ancestors that have gone before from our own bloodlines, all of those ancestors of this land, and all of those ancestors of these spiritual traditions, going back through the lines, all of those who have passed them on in such a way that we can still today here connect with the sacred. So, as we open this circle, it's just for everybody who's joining in now and everybody who joins in afterwards. We call to all of the spirits of the north and the east and the south and the west. And let's ask the circle to be blessed. And to the earth below and sky above, let's fill this circle with purest love. Blessed be. And blessed be. Amen. Aho. Boom shakalaka. Cheers. Thanks. See Mike on there talking about being free-spirited, being true to yourself, whatever your end to your prayer and your closing to the prayer is for you. Yeah, close your prayers with that. So hey, thanks everybody, welcome everyone. And let's call out with the drums around this circle to connect in as this circle together. And from wherever we're joining, we've heard from people all over where we're joining. I think what is connecting most of us at the moment is the sweltering heat. But everybody who is joining in this circle, and to absent friends this evening, particularly friends who do have farms and who are out at the moment sorting things out with crops and with their fields. Kind of particular acknowledgement to them as well for this busy season. And let's have this round of drumming unity for bringing us all in together. So joining in with your drums or joining in with your open heart, let's connect in with this round of drumming for unity. Just realised I need to do something on Zoom there. Apologies all. Just breathe that energy in, breathe that connection in. And breathe yourself back. Back to here and now. And just as a circle, we'll all hold that energy of unity around. Somebody lost their drum beater having to use a wooden spoon. Excellent. Fantastic. Do let us know when you're back. Do let us know how you're feeling from that. I've already seen one comment of hypnotic to describe that one there. Oh, people getting fans out. Excellent. Very relaxing. I'll tell you something that's quite lovely at the moment on the Facebook live feed is that there's obviously the heart and thumbs bubbles going up on the side there, and where it's right over the smudge bowl, they're rising up with the smoke of the sage going up there. That's quite lovely to watch. But yeah, how are you feeling from that? Relaxed, amazing. Drums singing tonight. Yep, drums kind of, do enjoy the warmer weather, don't they? Do keep the drums safe, particularly at the moment it gets really, really hot. Do make sure they're not kind of in a window, going to have the sun right on them. Don't leave them in cars if you take them out places. And if you're outdoors, not leaving them in the sun for too long. It's when we're getting these really, really hot days, particularly important. Wonderful. Used your hand for drumming, feeling revived. Other people saying the drumming was all great there, uplifting and relaxing. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, and somebody's taken the opportunity to throw a load of heart bubbles up there for them to rise in the smoke. All of that incense kind of in that opening, remember, was said with prayer for all of the people in the circle. So it's lovely seeing those hearts rising, to going around to everybody in the circle as well. Yeah. Feeling the drum, chanting inside, feeling really connected. It's over the top of something I can't quite see. Feeling very deep, feeling very grounded. Felt that was a powerful round. People playing with the heart bubbles now. Fantastic. Yeah, no, it's been really great. These, as I said on kind of previous ones, is kind of connecting in a circle at a distance, connecting on that heart level, and to be able to have this round where we can really tune into that and connect into that. Yeah. However, I hope people have kind of taken opportunity as well to get outdoors drumming at times where there's been lovely weather, where we can get out places, to take drums to the woods or down to the river or somewhere, just to drum to the spirits of the land in places. Heidi barking outside. Can you hear her today? She's making she's making her kind of herself known this evening. So I think I've got the window open. I'm hearing a lot more of what's going on out there. Hey. Right. I want to update on a couple of bits and pieces that I've been up to, and related to the circles here. I think I mentioned last time that I am looking at how and when. Fantastic. I am looking at how and when the drumming circle on the last Tuesday of the month can get back to being a physical circle over in Ashford. I am looking. If it's going to be happening, it will be if the weather is good enough for us to be outdoors. That way we can all just arrive and gather around the fire pit. I wonder what it looks like now. Those who know the fire pit will know that around this time of year anyway, it has a problem of getting a bit overgrown. So I wonder how it will be now after not having any treading down on it over the previous months. But I will be looking for the last one of this month, the 25th, if we are there at the circle, to still have the Facebook live stream for it. Won't be able to do the Zoom session as well because I won't have the two gadgets and gizmos for it. But we'll be having the Facebook live for it at the end of the month, and on the second Tuesday of the month back in September we'll be back kind of here again with the online circle. So that's the plan. As I think a number of people have already seen, the autumn workshops that have been scheduled, the bookings online and on the website are there for that, and people have booked up the Avebury workshop. The majority of that was already full because we had a workshop in the spring which didn't happen because it was right at the start of lockdown, so that one was postponed, but that one is full. The next workshops after that are October in Kent and in November in Glastonbury. So, you know, I'm getting a lot of questions at the moment asking about workshops. Those are still going ahead for the autumn. We are kind of doing all the bits that we need to do to make sure we've got enough spacing and all of the things that kind of will need to be done. And I've spoken to the venues of a number of those already just to check that that's all good for those there. I, in the meantime, have been a bit creative with the drum making, and will hopefully be over the next month showing some slightly different style drums that will be going onto the page. So I hope I can put that out there. The excitement can build, and you'll look forward to seeing the pictures of those when they come up. I look forward to kind of seeing your reactions to those. And a number of people have joined in over the last few months with some of the online classes and online courses that I've been created on the Ancient Roots page. There's also been the ones that I've been doing here on Heron Drums, which it was a couple of weeks ago now. We had the introduction to Shamanic drumming, and that one's now kind of live on the Heron Drums page to be able to access. There is going to be another one through this page which will be looking at setting up and holding drumming circles. There's a number of people who have said they're interested in that, and the date that I've got penciled down for that is on the 26th of this month, so the end of this month in the evening. I just haven't kind of got the link and the page and everything like that up yet for all the information and booking, but that will kind of be up there soon. What I've also been doing on the Ancient Roots page, I hope kind of a number of you saw this on the fantastic, people kind of commenting on the courses, that's fantastic. On the Ancient Roots page, because a number of people have been doing kind of the different courses that I've put up there and wanting something ongoing and wanting to kind of, you know, wanting to join on with the next one. For the Ancient Roots page, I've created a kind of a membership section. And what that means is the courses that I will have, which will be ongoing course series that kind of will have a kind of a monthly instalment, that one's then available through the membership. And there'll be kind of other videos, instructionals, practices, guides that I'll be creating specifically for that. And we'll have live sessions where we can you know, ask questions, where we can talk about experiences together, and it will be kind of far more kind of led by the kind of the growing group there. So the details now for that are up on the Ancient Roots page. The link is on the Facebook blurb at the top there, theancientroots.thinkific.com. And so we'll be just seeing questions. Yeah, so have a read of that there, and all of that will be starting in September. Question there is Wales ? I'm guessing that's to do with drum making workshops. Not at the moment. I have been doing workshops mainly in those three places for the last year or so, just to be cutting down generally the amount of travel that I'm doing, and particularly at the moment there's kind of restricted number of workshops. There are details on the website if you're wanting to organise a private workshop with a small group. There is a page on the website. May not be. I may have moved the link. So contact me if you're wanting to organise a private workshop there, and we can organise that or kind of discuss that. And see, I'm getting a bunch of spam messages to do with Bitcoin. If people are on the Facebook Live at the moment, if you can report those, so then those get kind of will hopefully be blocked quite easily. I might do it now just because they're repeatedly spamming the section there. But I think all of that is the news and notifications. The next drumming circle, it will be on the Facebook Live, but hopefully it will be coming to you from the fire pit over in Ashford, and we'll be able to kind of go ahead with the drum circle there. As I mentioned, it is dependent on whether we can do it outdoors. If the weather continues on like this in a couple of weeks' time, then fantastic. We'll be able to do that there. I'm just getting on to there we go. So if I click delete, don't know if I can easily remove them all. Good old spammers, eh? Yeah, if you're on the computer there and it is easy for you to do it, do report those, and hopefully those will all go. There we go. I think that's as many of them as I can take off at the moment. But yeah, the links are up in the top there. Do please kind of help out by sharing things around. That's, you know, one of the really easy ways that you can help with kind of the online pages like this, if you're able to share links for things on your page, or if you've got a group or anything like that, yeah, be able to kind of inform people about what's happening and what's going on with kind of the different drum circles and the courses there. And I think that's all of the thanks to those who are kind of reported, and whatever else that we needed to do on those spam posts. Welcome, Heidi. You've come to have a lie down here now. It's that's because the drumming has stopped for a moment. To see kind of how it goes now, the drumming continues again. So let's have our next round of drumming. I want our next round of drumming to be around gratitude. As I kind of mentioned last time, that gratitude is, you know, it's not, you know, there isn't a time of year only for when we focus on gratitude, but, you know, it's definitely one of the themes linked in with this season as we kind of come in and through the harvest season. You know, as we start to get these gifts from the earth, we're kind of focusing on the gratitude for those. But I want you to also focus in on what else you're grateful for. So whether it's on the chat here or the messenger, what is it that you are grateful for right now? I immediately right now I'm grateful for the really cool breeze coming through the window right in that instant. I'm grateful for everybody connecting on these sessions here and on these circles and continuing to come together as a group. I'm grateful for this dog who's laying down around my feet now. Bless you. The other one I've kind of been thinking of is my neighbours, who are much more savvy with veg growing and things like that than I am, and everything that's kind of been going on. It's like, is this ready to pick? Do I do this now? And what's going on with this? They've been doing this for years, so they've been kind of a great help with, no, that's not ready, leave that there for a little while, you can put those out. And Lewis, Lewis usually joins on the call here. I don't know, I haven't seen him on here this evening, but we were having a chat yesterday about onions in a similar vein. So grateful for all of those people who are helping me learn with the fruit growing and the veg growing. Okay, so I can see the messages coming in now of those things that we're grateful for. The getting out in nature, the waking up each day, family, friends. What have we got on here on the Facebook page? There we are. What else? What is it we're grateful for right now? Okay. So for all of those things, let's just have this round of drumming for gratitude. Or I can just give a moment. I can see people just popping theirs, typing theirs out. Yeah, horses, fantastic. for our breath. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Family, friends, like-minded people around you. Yeah, children and their children, friends. Cool glass of water. And more great kind of gratitude for this circle where we can all come together, this moment we can share together. Excellent. Okay. So the songs and the music, and let's also include the drums in that. I can see people on the Zoom call with their fans going. We'll keep that rhythm for the drums now, but now let's grab our drum beaters and drum for gratitude. And drum with gratitude. That gratitude kind of go out with the beating of the drums. So all of those things that we are holding in our minds to be grateful for, and we're feeling that gratitude for. So yeah, just allow that to be completely in you, that gratitude, during this round of drumming. breath bring you back. Just breathe that little bit deeper down into yourself. Those grounding breaths just to help bring you back. Bringing yourself back to this space. Maybe moving your body a little bit. Alright, and let me know when you're back. Either send a bubble up, pop a comment in the comment section, pop a comment in the chat, give us a wave on Zoom. There you are. Fantastic. How was that round of drumming? Hey Jackie, so you've kind of stopping and going over the same bit. I think there's maybe a connection bit that came up a minute ago, and I've just changed whatever I needed to do, so hopefully the connection will be clear now. So yeah, excellent. People feeling brilliant, feeling lovely, feeling that really powerfully. People are adding to the pile of gratitudes. Excellent, and welcome to all of those people who've kind of joined in during that. Hey there Debbie, saying having problems connecting, it keeps freezing. Yeah, I had 3 or 4 things pop up during that saying problems connecting, so I've just moved the connection onto something else. Hopefully now that's clear and easy for you. Let us know. Yeah, some other people getting some pauses. Yeah. There were some pauses, but but then it comes back on the same beat. That's pretty clever. Doesn't kind of like jump it or delay it. That's pretty clever going. Excellent. And I don't know if there were any delays or issues on the Zoom call there during that. If there were, that should sort it, because they were running off the same thing for a little while. Now they're on different things. Feeling gratitude for everything, feeling invigorated. Excellent, excellent. All right, we're going to do a song this evening. It was one of the ones that I had in mind for the Lunaster Circle, the one we had a couple of weeks ago, because it connects in around then. But today, as I was out for a walk, I kind of just sat down to take a little bit of a break on one of the verges by the road, and an enormous truck went past. Didn't see the front of it, might have even been a tractor, but an enormous truck full of all of the bales of hay or straw. I'm not quite so clear on which ones it was, but it was just a nice, yes, this is the season of all of the kind of the green turn to gold, and now we're seeing it all being harvested from the fields. The offering for the seasons, fantastic. So the song that we're going to sing, some of you may already know it. The words of it go: hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that falls shall rise again. It's a nice one that fits in with this season of the harvest, where we cut the grain, and with the promise that it will return again next year, or with the kind of prayers that it be return again next year. These cycles of the season, and this cycling wheel of the year, but particularly where we are at the moment with the corn and the grain. Yeah, haymaking, what was that? Haymaking is going on all around here. Wonderful smell, harvest in full swing, plenty of hay being made. Absolutely. So for everybody joining in, we're going to give that one a go. Off the top of my head, what's the melody for that one? Hoof and horn, all. I'm going to go on a crazy melody journey with that one. hoof and horn. This is me still on last week's pitch. Let me work that one out. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. That's the one, okay? Julia, you ask me every single time. It's been on my mind throughout this drumming circle. The question you're going to ask of where has this one come from? I've heard it from so many different circles and so many different places, and I haven't researched this evening specifically where it comes from. If anybody knows, please pop it in the chat if we know who's written this one, where it comes from. Otherwise, we'll see if we can do a bit of research and afterwards and pop it in the Facebook chat there, the Facebook Messenger, so we can answer that question. So I'm going to join in with the rattle, join in with your drums, or whatever, but particularly your voices. And we send this prayers out to this season and to the land at this time of the year. And what I particularly like when we kind of have these times of the year where these seasons connect with these really old traditional parts of our way of life, that we can in that way also connect with those thousands of years of ancestors who also around this time would be cutting the corn and the wheat fields, making the hay, all the rest of it. Hoof and horn, all who die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall will rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall will rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall will rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall will rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall will rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall will rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall will rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die will be reborn. Corn and grain, Hey, that one's got a fun energy to it. On the Zoom call here, when I picked up the rattle, suddenly half the group appeared with rattles out of nowhere. Didn't realise you were hiding those behind you. Shaking your rattles at me. Fantastic, fantastic. Some of you might have noticed the expert kind of slip of just throwing the beater into the same hand there with it and playing with the beater and the rattle at the same time. That's an advanced level trick. Don't try this at home. But yeah, lovely to mix it up a little bit this evening. Part of what went through my mind was people tuning in for a drumming circle and seeing somebody rattling at the camera. What's going to happen? How are you doing? How did you find that? Had you heard that song before? Was that one new to you? Thanks, those who are writing the lyrics in there. That was mighty. I like that description. That's a good one for it. Fantastic. Certainly got that feel to it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh. So I can see on the Zoom that people are still there with fans waving at their face. How's everybody else doing? Yeah, loved it. That is a dance around the fire sort of song, definitely. Written by Ian Corrigan. Thank you, Angela. Thanks for that. There you go, Julia. In kind of live in motion. And for everybody else, it's not just Julia who kind of asks or wants to know. In the kind of live in the moment, we've kind of got the researchers on it. Thank you, Angela. To bring you the answers. And people are not kind of that being a new song for some people. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that is one that sticks. It is very celebratory. It's definitely a celebratory time of the year. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Excellent, Jackie. Glad you enjoyed that one. Other verses, Angela tells us, with Sage and Cedar and the Goddess. I'm familiar with the Goddess verses. Not heard the Sage and the Cedar ones. Would love a link for that. That would be kind of great to see the details on that. If you've got that up and you're able to ping the link over, fine. I'll make sure I don't lose the chat on here before kind of getting a copy of that link. That would be great. That would be great. Other people, yeah, feeling uplifted from that. That's excellent. Others, it's very healing. Excellent. Oh, Lillian, you already put it up there. That's excellent. Thank you for that. Great. So the other verses or so are on the messenger chat there. Your neighbours loved that song. I think my neighbours might have done as well. This is kind of it's too hot to have the window closed tonight. So yes, that one's been a gift to the street. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh. Loved it, and so did the dog downstairs. Great. This is definitely the season of sharing, isn't it? You know, we're getting into that kind of, you know, that spirit of sharing. We're kind of gifting the songs and the drum and the rattling to all around, sharing it far and wide. Sending all of those lovely connecting rhythms out there. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. It kind of, you know, fits in, or is in fitting with what we still have to do tonight, which is our healing round, which is particularly about kind of dedicating those rhythms out. But yeah, just have a moment just to come back from that one. I think it's also just the cooling down in between rounds of drumming, when we've been particularly energetic with the singing and the rattling as well. Yeah. Oh, just letting a moment for the breeze to come into the room. Just going to have another sip. Make sure I'm having enough to drink on these warm evenings. Continuing that gratitude for water. Okay. Alright, so our last round of drumming this evening then for our healing round, where we will dedicate the rhythms of the drum out to people that we know, friends, family, who are needing a little bit of love and strength kind of sent their way this evening. And as well yourselves, this is kind of one just to connect into specifically kind of, connecting with the circles, the whole circles, healing rhythms with the drum, just for what you're needing right now. So yeah, popping in the chat, just first names, don't kind of, put any identifiers on there because this is an open place, but just kind of first names or initials or something for anybody kind of that you're wanting us to dedicate some of that love and strength for the rhythms of the drums to. And just seeing what's going on there at the moment, just thanks to those who are kind of sharing some links for the rest of that song and that chant, if you particularly enjoyed that one. But yeah, let's focus in on, for this healing round now, so we can send this love and this strength and this energy. We're feeling particularly buoyant from it, from the drumming, from the singing. And just as we've shared that kind of that song and joy with neighbours and dogs downstairs and things like that, let's also share some of the love and strength, connection of the rhythm of the drum to those who are needing it. There may be people who are unwell, there may be people who are going through a hard time in other ways, people who are struggling at this time, or people who are going through a lot. We can just hold them in our minds and our hearts for this round of drumming and connecting with them by sending this love and that strength from the drums and from the circle out to them. So yeah, lots of names being listed. And again, we'll hold them in our minds and our hearts during it, and what often happens is, during the way through, we may even kind of remember somebody else. We might think of somebody else. It may be necessary for that moment. We just send some love and strength to them. We don't need to overthink it. We don't need to add a story to it or try and understand it. Just, yeah, hold these people in our mind and our heart as we just drum some love to them. And joining in with your drum and your voice. So a nice, just to kind of, particularly with this one, just to let it flow that little bit more. So be freer with your drum beating and with your voice. And if you want to stand up and move and just kind of let yourself flow that little bit more with it. Particularly with this, when we're sending that energy out, that we can just allow it to move freely with the rhythm of the drum. So yeah, for all of those names that have been mentioned in the chat and the messenger, and any beyond, if there's anybody who comes into our minds and our hearts, and for all of those people joining later, who have their own names and their own kind of those own people who are holding in their minds and their heart, let's send that love and that strength to them. Just take those deep breaths there at the end, just to bring yourself back, but also just breathing in those rhythms for the healing and the strength, the love and energy that you're needing right now. And as those drum beats ripple out from this circle, this wide circle spreading right across the world, let them go out and on to those people who are needing that extra love and strength that we've been holding in our minds and in our hearts. And may they be felt by all of those that are needing them right now. And as I'm continuing to send that energy out, as we bring the circle to a close, let's spread that gratitude out and send that gratitude out to all of those unseen that have held us in this circle, that have weaved their energy and their magic in and through, for the spirits of all the directions, of all the elements, for all of those guides and spirit allies, for the ancestors, for the drums, for the drum spirits that have worked with us this evening. And as we open up this circle that we've created here together, we send that gratitude to all the four directions. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be. And so yeah, thanks everybody for joining us on this evening, for taking this time again to come and connect in with us, to connect in as a circle, for all of those all around the world joining in, to connect with the drum, to connect through the drum, and just take that moment out from our kind of increasingly again busier days and busier lives, to just take that moment just to kind of connect in with the space and simplicity of now. So yeah, fantastic. Thank you everybody. And yeah, the next one, as I say, the next time we'll be on the Facebook Live will be at the end of the month. I do send the newsletter out a couple of days before with all of the reminders and details, so if you're not already signed up to the newsletter, in the Facebook blurb there's the link to sign up to the newsletter. I will be confirming what's going on with regards drumming in the Ashford Circle or whatever. I'll be letting, so if you're local to the Ashford Circle, look out for as much information that I post on this page and on local groups and on my profile nearer the time. But I'll be confirming as well, definitely on the newsletter for everybody who joins in with these. So if we are on, if it's not going on outdoors and we are back in here, there will be the Zoom as well. I'm making it very complicated, but there will be the updates and the information for it towards the end. If you're wanting any more information about any of the Ancient Roots courses and the membership that I was talking about, again, that link is on the blurb for the Facebook one. It's the ancientroots.thinkific.com link, and on that page it will tell you about all of those and the memberships. There's the 2 memberships, and they link in with the Spirit of the Seasons course and the Native British Shamanism course, and then there'll be the membership area with more happening on there. So do take a look at those. And as always, it's really appreciated if you can share any of these links around. Just helps more people who might be kind of interested in this find it. Helps kind of connect us kind of that little bit more. And if it's not kind of expected or not compulsory or anything like that, but if you're wanting to give a donation on for this evening's circle, again, that link is in the blurb there, the paypal.me link. At the top on the Facebook Live one. But once again, absolutely lovely to join everybody, to see all of your faces drumming on the Zoom call there, and see your waves, hello. And for everybody who's been joining in on the Facebook Live, sending your bubbles up in the in the incense smoke over the side here and connecting in with us in the comments, and joining in for a laugh with us about Bitcoin Man, who seemed relentless at one point to be joining in there. Such is the way with the internet. But yes, look forward to joining you again later on in the month. But for tonight, thank you all.